Hello everyone, Vanguard of Valor here, and welcome back to Into the Breach. We're having a good time here in hard mode so far with the Blitzkrieg. They're giving us some trouble, but so far we've been making our way through okay. The lightning mech with Silica here at the helm has the potential to lay down a ton of damage if we can stand still, which is potentially troublesome sometimes. Our hook mech now has Kazakh Blith in it, an actual mantis from FTL. What do you know? Turns out that they're a possible pilot if we find a beacon hidden under the ice. They may be hidden in other places too. I'll have to keep an eye out for them. We also have the ability, because of this mantis, to do a 2 damage melee attack that pushes instead of repairing, which is very thematic to the game. This means that we actually have some pretty cool potential here, including our missile barrage, if we want to be able to take advantage of those powers, which is pretty neat. Overall, we've been doing pretty good here so far, but we're going to see if that holds up, because the robotics repair might be a problem. We have to freeze and defend 2 robots, and given that all of our attacks would unfreeze them, we may have some problematic maneuvering to do. But let's get in here and find out what happens.
These machines are not currently themselves. Look past their malfunctioning aggression and see them as living beings.
Alright, well we have 2 robots in here and 2 spawns. That shouldn't be too bad. I think we're going to put our team mostly on the left, though. I kind of want to leave the way clear for my other mech coming through this side. The freeze tank is in a really bad spot here. It's really out of the way. But we're going to need him to freeze these guys, so hopefully he'll be able to. If nothing else, he can get through here, and I think he can just about make it through there. He has 4 movement, right? Yeah, he does. So he can get right through to there if he needs to, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully they cooperate here. We need a bit more experience on Silica, a bit more experience on Kazakh. Okay, well, speaking of cooperating, this is not exactly that. So, how do we want this to work now? We could use the boulder mech here to push this guy into the water. We could use the freeze tank here to freeze him, but we can't do anything about this guy. Unless we just sort of pull him way over to the side. And that might actually be the play here. This is kind of a weird maneuver. It only really works because the Scorpion isn't attacking. He'll go into the water now. But if we pull this guy to the side, he won't be able to do anything to us, which is pretty actually useful. Because we can't kill him. If we were to kill him, we'd lose our objective. But at least this way, that's not a problem. Now, unfortunately, I can't even attack this Scorpion. Because if I were to try to, it would chain the lightning, kill our freeze tank, and unfreeze the laser mech. So I can't do anything with Silica this turn, which is pretty lame. But if nothing else, I can come over here and body block this guy, which might make things easier for us next turn. If the Scorpion attacks our freeze tank, that could be a problem. But we're just going to have to deal with that if it happens. Let's end our turn. He goes in the water. Good. Unfortunately, most of the experience went to Bethany, but so it goes. She did push him over, after all. Yeah, that's kind of what I was hoping would not happen. Okay, well this is pretty inconvenient. We do have some ways to get out of it, though, mind you. Okay, how do we want to handle this? I can just pull the artillery mech out of position again, so it can't do anything. We can just freeze the Scorpion as well. If I have to, I could move over to here and bomb the Scorpion so that he gets knocked over, but then he'd be attacking the city, which is worse. I can lightning this guy twice, but it doesn't kill him. I can pull the Scorpion all the way out to here, so he isn't attacking anything anymore, but then I can't move the artillery mech. I think we have to use the hook mech to pull this guy over to this tile, because then if we can move our lightning mech, then he just misses everything. In order to be able to move the lightning mech, though, we have to do something to the Alpha Scorpion, which means we're probably going to have to drop a Gemini missile on him to shove him out of the way. And then we can move and finish him, and then pull this guy into position, so he just misses. And then we can freeze this one with the freeze tank. It's not ideal, because now we have to go a long way around with the freeze tank to get into a position where we can do anything to this guy. But it's not terrible either, so it'll have to do for now. There we go. Nothing bad gets hit. One, two, three, four. Not quite in position here, but I could maybe make him be in position. A hornet on the other side, a crab here. Okay, that's not great. Yeah, that could definitely be better. We can kill this guy by bouncing him off the frozen scorpion. We have 2 hornets in the back, which is pretty bad. Thankfully, this one is attacking nothing. Unfortunately, if I go... I can't move through him anymore because there's just a mess in the way. If I were to attack with the lightning here, all I'm going to do is wind up freeing some of them. He can actually kill this crab for us, since he goes first. If I were to pull him over to here, then his attack would kill the crab for us. But we have to get this freeze tank out, otherwise we're going to fail that bonus objective, which is no good. I can't. No, I can kill this Alpha Hornet by just backing up and rocketing him, but I can't kill this one, which is the one blocking him in position. I could come here and pull this scorpion out of position 1 tile, but I can't get far enough out because he's still blocking both these sides. One, two, three, four. I could use the hook mech here. Use him to punch the crab into the scorpion, which would break the ice. No, because it still does 2 damage. Nope. No, it's still not possible. If I move the hook mech here, hit him with the lightning attack first, I can hit them all. No, that'll do it. Okay, this does... No, because he'll have no damage yet because he's in ice right now. I'd have to break the ice first, and then that combo would work, but if I attack twice, then this guy dies, and this frees up this laser mech anyway, so that's not a good plan. Oh, man. Attacking this guy knocks him into the water, because it'll break this tile. I can't attack this ice without moving the freeze tank, and if I move the freeze tank, there's no point. If I were to back up to here, then I can missile him out the way. Currently, this is the only way I can kill that hornet. So it has to happen, because that hornet needs to die. This guy is currently trouble, but I can actually freeze this city to protect it, but then he also unfreezes his ally, which means it's no good. Can I freeze the cities, actually? Yeah, we can. So I could freeze the city to protect it that way, but then he's going to unfreeze his ally, and we can't freeze them both in 2 turns. I have to pull him over to here, which does kill the crab. But it means I can't free him from here. I can block the spawn, so I have fewer enemies to deal with Silica. That might be our best maneuver here. Let's end our turn, even though we have a couple of actions available. I need to get out and freeze this guy next turn. But I can't even attack one of these guys to start thawing him because it'll break the whole chain. Alright, if nothing else, I can now pull this guy into the water with the hook mech, and then we can get out. Okay, this should actually work perfectly now. Except for the fact that we don't have another Gemini attack. So I may need to rethink that part of it. Man, there's just no rest for the wicked here. I think what we do... How do I kill this one, then? If I move the hook mech to here, I can pull this guy into the water, which means we can get out and free him. But if I can just kill this guy, that would actually work better. Unfortunately, I don't think I can kill him without breaking this ice or blocking this line, neither of which are acceptable. If I were to pull this guy back one, that would also work. I can get out to here then. But I cannot attack this guy with silica because that will break the ice around the laser mech. And that is not an option for us. Now, if I hadn't broken both of these ice tiles, I could have pulled him here. But this is just going to kill him. So we can't do that anymore. And then we'd have been able to snake our way out, and this wouldn't have mattered. In theory... 1, 2... In theory, if I can throw a boulder here to shove him into this tile, as long as we can leave these 3 tiles free, this could work out okay. In order to do that, though, I don't see how it's possible. I'd have to... No, it is possible. I have to pull with the hook mech from way back here, so that this guy is out of the way. We just take the lightning mech out of the way entirely. We put the freeze tank here to freeze the robot, and we shove him over to the side. That means there's nothing in this line, this guy is out of the way, and the freeze tank can stand somewhere else to still freeze him. This is a weird maneuver, guys, but I think it's actually going to work. Let's move the lightning mech out of the way. Use the hook mech to pull this bug out of the way. We freeze the robot. And we make him miss. Man! That was a puzzle of a map. Okay, I think we solved it, though. What a mess. Okay, we freezed and defended both robots. We got it.
Thank you for protecting the sentient life. I'm sure I'll be able to restore their programming.
I will take it. We got a promotion for Silica, who gets 1 more mech reactor. That's pretty good. I don't know what I want to put that into, though. We've got a bunch of power here. I could just take it out of these things and put it into additional lightning damage. It means our movement's going to be a little less, but means our firepower is significantly boosted. And I may stick with that for now. Would it be better for us to keep the movement instead? No, we need the building chain for this to work, and the extra damage is pretty good, so let's just put it like that for now. That'll have to do. Now we have District Z1101. We need to break 5 buildings out of the ice and take less than 3 grid damage. If they're all covered in ice, taking less than 3 grid damage should be pretty easy.
One of my environmental processes crashed, and the result was an entire city encased in ice. The lives within are still functioning, but they will die if not freed in time.
Let's do what we can to help them, then. We should be able to do that. Let's get in there. Okay, we got a crab and a crab, a scorpion, and a shell scion. Let's get our team in position and get ready to lightning some Vec. And I don't really know where I want to put you, Hook Mech. I'm going to keep you in the back. And let's line the Boulder Mech up somewhere as well. That should do for now. We have a lot of water here that if we can lightning it all, will mean we have a ton of places we can drop people. Ooh. We have a time pod. I kind of like the fact that the Mantis voice isn't translated in this version. Reason being, it kind of makes sense that we wouldn't be able to translate them. This isn't an FTL situation where we might have some kind of universal translator technology or what have you that might make that otherwise incoherent information make sense. Now, the question here is, how do I want to let this happen? If I leave the alpha crab alone... If I leave either of these crabs alone, they break these two buildings, which is actually good for us. So I think what we do is we use the hook mech to punch the alpha into the water. I think we use the lightning mech to kill the shell scion. And then we use a Gemini missile to kill this guy, or do we just smack him with a boulder to get his health lower? I actually kind of don't want to kill him, because letting him break this is going to make things a little easier for us. We have to break 5 of these things by the end, so getting him down to at least 1 health will make it a little bit easier. What we're going to do first, though, is move to here with the lightning mech. So, we're going to take the hook mech into position, and mantis slash this guy into the water. Doesn't matter if you have a shell, if you're going straight in the pond, because Akmuth is 1 experience away from leveling up. Come on. Lightning mech over to here. Kill the scion, and now we're in a position where if enemies are here, we can lightning them all without having to move again. And I'm just going to drop a boulder directly on this guy's head, I think. There we go. Okay, we're doing this on purpose. We want to leave him to be easier to kill later. He should try and stay here so that we can just lightning the whole row. This one we're leaving on purpose as well, because if he stays here, we can punch him into the wall to kill him. And we'll see what comes out with the new enemies here. Hopefully nothing too nasty, but we'll find out. An Alpha Hornet and an Alpha Charger. Well, I would say that counts as too nasty, but we'll see what happens. The enemies are all lining up real nice. Alright, they are really into this let's just lightning everyone strategy of mine, especially because it now does 3 damage, so 2 doses of this kills all of them. That's awesome. I really could not have expected this to go so well. Alright, in that case, if they want to cooperate like this, I might as well just block one of these spawns. I could block both the spawns and make this even easier. This positioning was important, though. As you can see, that 2-tile change means we can vaporize everything here. Alright, I think we are going to block the spawns. Engage the lightning. Round 2. That's a lot of death. Alright, and let's just block the spawns, because, I mean, why not? Do we let one thing spawn so we're not going to deal with as many guys later, or would you just block them all? No, what I should do is I should take this turn to break another building out of the ice, specifically one of the ones in the back here, because that might be harder to do later, and dealing with one enemy is not a big deal. So I think that's actually more important for us. It works us towards an objective that we might otherwise have trouble finishing, given that we've killed all the enemies. So we have 1 Firefly coming in, 2 more spawns, 3 more spawns coming in. Alright, that's a lot of guys. Well then, I think what we do is we use a Gemini missile to kill this guy and break this, and we just block 2 of these spawns. There's not really a great way to block 2 spawns, though, because our lightning mech can't really get there. In that case, I'm going to use this lightning mech to pick up the pod. I could actually kill this guy. I keep forgetting. My lightning does 3 damage now. I can just kill him outright with this. Okay, we can block 2 spawns then. That's pretty good. Or I can block 1 spawn and break another building out of the ice and kill this guy. Or I can use the boulder mech to break this, and I can still only block 1 spawn. How do we want to handle this? I am unsure. If the boulder mech had been 1 tile over, we could have actually pulled him all the way across the map and used him to block 2 of these spawns by standing here and shooting a boulder at that one. But I can't go back to last turn, so we can't stand here instead, even though that would be much better. I wasn't thinking through that part of the maneuver, because that would have been a better turn. I think in that case, what we're going to do here is we're just going to kill him. Yeah, we're gonna kill him like this. We're going to lob a stone onto one of the spawns here. And we are going to repair... Oh, I can't repair. Never mind, we're just going to sit on that spawn then. So we only get 2 enemies in this turn. And then we have to break 1 building out of the ice next turn, which we should be able to easily do with our boulder mech. So let's end the turn and see what we get. We get an Alpha Scorpion and a regular Hornet. Okay, this is kind of inconvenient. I can just punch this guy back one, though, and then he can't hurt us. So this should be fine. We're going to move over to here with Silica. And kill the Firefly. We're going to punch the Hornet. For a second there I was worried, but I just picked the wrong move. And we're good. Now all I have to do is break one building with our boulder maneuver. And that is all of our objectives completed. Sweet, let's end our turn. That turn where we can vaporize everyone with our newly upgraded lightning is super useful. Things might have gotten out of hand there if we hadn't repositioned to be able to double lightning them.
There should be no lasting damage to the occupants, and my environmental monitor is functioning normally again.
Alright. We broke 5 buildings out of the ice, took less than 3 grid damage, and protected a time pod. I'm assuming it's not going to have a mantis in it, but what's it got? Ah, Isaac Jones. Gain 1 extra reset turn every battle. We're probably not going to use you, but that 1 mech reactor skill's not bad. We got another reactor core here, and it's on to our final battle. Ooh. The Corporate HQ, a Hornet leader. So how do we want to level up for this? I can put another point of power back into Lightning Mech again to give him the extra move. I can put extra power into Kazakh to give him the missile barrage, although that's not really worth it at this point, I don't think. We already have a weapon and a grappling hook. We'll want this later, but not right now. Or we can put it into the Boulder Mech so that we can put Prospero in here and give it flying. Which might be worth doing. I don't know, though. That's a questionable one. Its move would go up to 4, and it would get flying. Because he has 1 mech move as his additional power. But it would lose the HP and the shield, so we'd down to 2 HP and not be quite as survivable anymore. I don't really know which of those is better. Where else do we want that power to go? It's either Silica's movement, which I don't think we need. You know what? Let's just put Prospero in here. I think that flying ability will make us a little bit more maneuverable because we often get stuck behind buildings with this thing, and that'll mean we don't have that as a problem anymore. We lose the shield and the survivability, but we should hopefully be able to get that back later, and I don't think it'll matter too much at the moment. Hopefully I'm right. Let's go to the corporate HQ here and destroy this Hornet leader and see if we can maybe make it out of here unscathed. This has been a really good area for additional power. Between the strange pod, the time pod, and this defense lab. Let's go.
Pinnacle Tower is under attack. My analysis processor is unable to identify the species of Vec threatening us. Caution is advised.
Let's get in there then. We got a big angry bug here, but he only has 6 health, so if he attacks these buildings, we can just fry him to death. Which is actually really cool. I'm going to keep the hook mech on the opposite side, so that if he goes for this side or this side, we can pull the lightning mech there, so he can kill either one. And that way, maybe we'll have to deal with problems with these guys, but we can at least vaporize everything else. And let's confirm our positioning and see what happens here. The 2 crabs, the 2 alpha crabs, might be problems for sure, but we may just have to deal with that. So far so good though. Everything here vaporizes in a single pair of attacks, which is incredible. And this guy we can kill between the hook mech and the boulder mech. So that is amazing. Having Silica in here makes this unbelievably good. 3 damage. 3 damage. The Hornet leader is dead in the first turn, as well as 2 of the other units with him. That's crazy powerful. Okay, now Prospero could use the kill here, so what we're going to do is we'll bring the hook mech around. We're going to punch with the Mantis Claw. You're almost leveled up, aren't you? Yeah, not quite though. And we kill him off with a Gemini missile. There we go. That is crazy. Alright, let's end our turn. That upgraded lightning with Silica at the helm is devastating. But that guy's dead. And this guy's not great. We may have to deal with him. Oh, I can do this really easily, actually. I just punch him back and then lightning the whole pile again. Means you don't get any experience on these guys, which is kind of annoying because they're so close to a level up. But I mean, it works, does the job. I could also hit them with a Gemini missile from Prospero, killing both the Scorpion and damaging the Alpha Scorpion, and then I can punch him with the Hook Mech to get them both a bit of experience. I don't know if that's better, though. It would give the experience to the right people. It would level up Kazakh Pleth at last, but it wastes our other Gemini missile charge, and I'd rather not burn that if I don't have to. So I think we're going to take the less exciting, but just as efficient, two-move play here. We're also going to drop a boulder on top of one of these spawns. I think I'm actually going to block this one, so they can't get past, and end our turn here. We could attack again. We don't have to heal. We're going to end our turn. Man, I was not expecting this to go quite so well, but I am absolutely okay with it. This guy might be a bit of a problem, though. Not an impossible one to get around, but certainly possibly a problem. Because we can't, he's not next to a building, so we can't take advantage of our nice chain combos. We could just use the Hook Mech to pull him here so he smashes the Shell Scion for us. Is there a way we can directly kill him from here? Yes. If we kill the Shell Scion with the Hook Mech, I can bring the Prospero all the way over to here, and then Gemini missile him into the wall, and that'll do enough damage to kill him. Man, this team is so cool. Alright, punch the Shell Scion. That gets a level up for you, which is, 3 grid defense, Kazakh Pleth, come on, my dude. Alright, let's bring you over to here then, Prospero, and you're going to kill that Alpha. Not bad. Okay. I'm gonna actually move up to here with the Lightning Mech, so if he has to move forward, he'll be a bit more effective, and then we'll end our turn from there. Now, we only have 1 health left, so that's not incredible, but it looks like it's not gonna matter. No, maybe it will. That's actually pretty bad. Not impossible, though. We just have to bring our flying artillery into position and knock him to the side here. Since we can fly literally anywhere we want, we can stop on the forest here and knock the Hornet out of position to that spot. Is there a better way to deal with him, though? I don't think so. We can't use the Lightning Mech. If I'd stayed here, if I hadn't moved, I could have just double-tapped him to death with the Lightning Mech. That's what I get for trying to be helpful. But as it stands, I can at least help to kill this guy with it. Prospero... Yeah, I think that's the play. We're going to have Prospero make sure that this Alpha Hornet misses everything. We're going to punch this guy so he's no longer right next to us. I don't have to do that, but I feel like it. And we're going to lightning him 1 time. There we go. That is a safe final battle turn. This defensive structure here in the center could have been really inconvenient for us, but it actually became incredibly useful there.
Thousands of lives were saved today. I am thankful for the time you have sacrificed to aid us.
Alright. Got a bad promotion for Kazakh, but so it goes.
You have saved Pinnacle, accomplishing every objective without fail. Allow me to provide additional aid.
Please do. What's your offering? A targeted strike, an any class weapon that does 1 damage anywhere on the map. You'll think I'll pass on that one. It's a 1-use item that does 1 damage. The fact that you can drop it anywhere is cool, but the fact that you can only use it for 1 damage is not so cool. Hey, look who it is! It's Abe Samu again. Does he have like a super high occurrence bonus or something? We see him all of the time, it seems like. We're gonna take him because he's worth more, even if we just immediately cash him in, he gives us more value. Seriously though, Abe, you've got to be showing up every time. We're not taking you this time, we got a crazy team already. Alright, we have 2 robots and an alien. Like, really, what more could I ask for? Let's see what we can do in the reputation market, though, because we have a perfect mission so far here. We are being offered a fire beam, We have no science mission, though, so this is kind of inefficient. A self-destruct, which is not safe in any way. We have Viscera Nanobots. Mech heal 1 damage when they deal a killing blow. That's actually pretty cool. Up to 2 damage if you upgrade it. That's a pretty cool power. We also have a shock cannon, which allows us to shoot things pushing them in opposite directions. Also not bad. But I don't think we actually need that on Kazakh now that we have the punch and the missile barrage as options. We're probably going to sell off a bunch of our spare pilots, because somehow we've ended up with 7? So we can get a ton of power cells here to bring ourselves back into the running. So what we're going to want to do then is grab 3 power cores right off the bat, and then we're probably going to sell 3 of these guys, because that'll let us get 2 more. We're probably going to sell Abe, we're definitely going to sell Isaac, and we're probably going to sell Lily. Yeah. Let's sell Abe. I keep calling him Abe. We're going to sell Abe because I don't think he's actually going to be useful to us. We're going to sell Isaac because I just don't like his ability. And we're going to sell Lily because I don't think she's great either. And we're going to buy 2 more power cores. I could go for this Viscera Nanobots. This seems pretty cool. But our team doesn't take a ton of damage overall, and we can take even less damage if we have 2 more power cells to power ourselves up with. Everything else we're going to keep. We're going to hold on to Bethany for now, and that should make a big difference here. With 5 power cells, what do we want to be doing? Well, we're going to put at least one here into Prospero to bump his health back up to 4. It's not a super exciting upgrade, but it means that we're less likely to get horribly murdered, which is pretty key. We may put 3 more into the missile barrage and the additional damage so that we can one-shot any additional scions that we run into, and we may take the lightning mech an additional point for more mobility. That seems like a really good use of that 4 power, so we're going to do that. 1, 2, 3, missile barrage and additional damage, and 1 additional movement. We have a pretty strong team here coming into our 4th island. This one could have been trouble, but we were able to take advantage of some unfortunate enemy positioning to really power through them, and getting this extra damage really helps now too. It means we can kill 5 health enemies in 1 combo because of Silica's crazy superpower. So this should be a pretty silly rest of the run. It may be pretty hard in some cases, but because we'll have Acid with us, it should make it a little bit more manageable. We'll have to see though. As it stands, that island is now done, and we have 1 more before the volcanic hive waits us. As it stands, I'd love to hear what you thought about our adventures today in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye-bye.